We'll be back tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eufaula High School and the commencement exercise for the graduation class of 2026. In order to maintain the dignity and reverence of this occasion, we respectfully ask for your cooperation in modeling appropriate and respectful recognition of all students this evening. We celebrate with you this important milestone in your child's life, and it is our hope and expectation that each student and parent have the opportunity to hear and clearly see this once-in-a-lifetime event. Please assist us by refraining from the use of artificial noisemakers and screams. Cellular phones should be set at this time to silent. Finally, we ask that you remain seated during the entire time we present diplomas. Moving to the bottom of the bleachers to take pictures may possibly prevent family members seated on the bottom rows to see their graduate receive the diploma. Leaving before the ceremony is concluded causes a disruption and may prevent family members of graduates who have not yet received a diploma to be unable to hear the name called or see the graduate receive their diploma. Everyone is welcome to join us on the field at the conclusion of the ceremony. We kindly ask for your cooperation in waiting until the graduates have tossed their caps before proceeding. Thank you, and enjoy this year's commencement address.
standing for the presenting of the colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the playing of our national anthem. It is customary for men to remove their hats and for everyone to place their right hand over their heart. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing during the exit of the color guard. You may be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the graduating class of 2026 of Eufaula High School, I would like to welcome our families, friends, teachers, staff, and honored guests to tonight's graduation ceremony. Tonight is a night filled with reflection, gratitude, and celebration. 4 years ago, many of us walked through those front doors not knowing who we would become or how quickly this moment would arrive. Yet somehow, after all the memories, challenges, laughter, and growth, we are finally here. To our parents, families, and teachers, thank you for your endless support, encouragement, and belief in us through this journey. Your guidance helped shape us into the people we are today. To our Eufaula Board of Education, thank you for your relentless working towards bettering our school system and creating a well-rounded environment to prepare us for these next steps. Your hard work behind the scenes makes moments like this possible. And finally, to my fellow graduates, no matter where life takes us after tonight, we will always carry the memories and friendships we created here together. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this unforgettable milestone with us, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2026.
As a Eufaula High School student, I stand for positive change within myself and throughout the world around me. I believe that diligence and devotion to the endeavors of today will allow me to successfully overcome the challenges of tomorrow. I stand for the bond of respect between those who wish to learn and those who seek to teach, for I know that the triumphs for one's rest upon the commitment of the other. Day after day, I believe that my time at Eufaula High School is an investment, not only to my own future, but also the future of mankind. I am industrious today so that I may grow industry tomorrow. I learn so I may teach. I read so that I may write. I listen so that I may speak. I believe that as a Eufaula High School student, I bear responsibility for my own success, the success of those around me, the legacy of those before me, and the promise of those yet to come.
It has been our tradition at Eufaula High School to share the story of the origin of the mortarboard. Long ago in ancient Greece, when formal education was for the very rich or the very determined, a wise old teacher was approached by a group of noblemen. Our sons have completed their studies, and it is time for them to return their homes and live in the style befitting their station. On the morrow, we will hold a great banquet in their honor and expect them to be dressed in their finest garments. Smiling curiously, the old man answered, "They will be there, appropriately dressed." The following day, the banquet hall was filled with royalty and nobility, dressed in dazzling jewels and costly finery. Then came the great moment when the students entered with their beloved teacher. A startled cry arose from the crowd, for here were the young men, dressed, not in the garments of the noble, but in the simple sackcloth robes, each carrying a mortarboard, the mark of a common workman. "Let me explain," spoke the teacher, as he raised his hands for silence. "Your sons are dressed in the clothing of the mason, for their destiny is to build. Some will build lives, perhaps one of them will even build an empire, and all will be builders on the solid foundation knowledge." And thus, over the years, the cap and gown have become a traditional part of graduation, symbolizing the fact that our young men and women are builders of their own future and the future of our world.
The United States of America is one of the greatest countries in the world due to our outstanding military and the contributions they have made. The sacrifices that the men and women in the United States military make are what protect the freedoms that our great country was founded upon. I would now like to ask the seniors who are enlisted or planning to enlist to please stand and be recognized. Now I would like to ask the veterans and currently active military personnel to stand and be recognized as well. On behalf of the graduating class of 2026, I would like to say thank you for your service and dedication. Thank you all, and may God bless America.
It is my pleasure to introduce our platform guests, the members of the Eufaula City Schools Board of Education, Mrs. Tawana Purifoy Anderson, Mr. Richard Wingate, Mrs. Yadira Chavez, Mrs. Rusty Register, Mrs. Leslie Wright, and Mr. Joey Brandon, Superintendent. and the administrators of Eufaula City Schools, Mrs. Emily Jackson, Principal, Eufaula High School, Ms. Katrina Clark, Assistant Principal, Eufaula High School, and Mrs. Tamika Hicks, Principal, Eufaula Primary School.
Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty, and staff. It is my greatest honor to be up here giving this speech to you all. A few years ago, I never would have imagined that I'd be standing up here giving this speech. Back then, I was honestly pretty lost. I didn't really care about school, and I mostly did well in school because I knew I wouldn't get to play video games at home. I'm just being honest on that. I wasn't thinking about the future, careers, or where my life was headed. I was just getting through each day without much direction. It wasn't until around 10th grade that I actually started to see something in myself. I didn't suddenly become a different person overnight. I didn't wake up motivated with everything figured out. I just kind of slowly changed and started to see what other people saw in me. I saw the potential that they saw buried deep within me. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Teachers, family, friends, people who pushed me when I needed it and believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And eventually, I started believing in myself too. I realized that being smart didn't really matter unless I was willing to apply myself. Potential means nothing if you never act on it. Once I understood that, I started trying harder. I started making good grades in school, not just because my family told me to. I started doing things because that's what I actually wanted to do. I saw myself having a proper future for myself. And looking back now, I think that realization changed everything. But none of it happened on its own. So first, I want to thank my family. Mom and Dad, wherever you are, thank you for the support you've given me and for always believing I could do more with my life. I love you despite how strict you were with me. I know now that everything you did came from wanting me to have a better future. Grandma and Granddad, thank you for taking care of me and for putting up with me, because I know I was horrible at home. And everyone else in my family who encouraged me along the way, thank you. Every conversation, every lecture, every little detail that you shared about your past, it meant way more to me than you could believe. I also want to thank my teachers. A lot of teachers do more than just teach. Sometimes they become the people who push students to see something in themselves. There are moments that I doubted myself, moments where I was overwhelmed, and moments where I believed giving up was the answer. But there were always teachers who reminded me that I was capable of more. And especially Mr. Jones, thank you so much for making calculus actually fun. Because I believe most people would say that calculus would be a hard subject if your teacher doesn't teach you it properly. But I enjoyed the snacks you gave me. So, yeah. And I'll always appreciate every single one of my teachers. And finally, to my classmates. We've changed a lot over these past few years, even if we don't always notice it. We came into high school as completely different people. Some of us were confident, scared, and some of us had everything planned out. But no matter where we started, we all ended up here. And I think one of the biggest things high school taught us is that nobody really has anything figured out. We're all just trying to learn about ourselves day by day. And as we leave here, going onto our different paths, I think the most important thing we can do is keep growing, keep learning, and keep becoming better versions of ourselves. Because success isn't just about talent or intelligence. It's about persistence. It's about continuing to move forward even when things are difficult, uncertain, or uncomfortable. There's going to be failure in all of our lives. There's going to be uncertainty. There will be moments where we question ourselves. But if high school taught us anything, it's that we're capable of overcoming more than we think. As we move forward, I hope we remember that making a difference doesn't always mean doing something extraordinary. Sometimes the people who change our lives the most are simply the people who were there when we needed them. So to the class of 2026, thank you for the memories, the friendships, the lessons, and even the struggles. Every moment helped shape who we are today. As we leave here today, I hope we continue to support one another, encourage one another, and believe in one another, because even the smallest actions can leave a lasting impact. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank some of the people who make Eufaula High School such a special place. To the members of our school board and our superintendent, Mr. Joey Brandon, thank you for the wisdom you bring, the prayers you pray, and the vision you lay out for our school system. To our administration, thank you for our leadership and for making the tough calls when needed. To our faculty, thank you for pushing us to do the best, even on the days we did not want to learn, and for building relationships with us that for many will last a lifetime. To the staff who work tirelessly behind the scenes, supporting students and faculty, while somehow keeping all of our schedules, events, and lives coordinated, thank you. To every family represented in the senior class, whose support, sacrifice, and dedication have not gone unnoticed, thank you. Especially to the parents, guardians, siblings, grandparents, and friends who have all supported us through our education. We thank you, and we love you. And on a personal note, to my first teachers, Margaret Schaefer-Thomas and Susan Haney, thank you for setting into motion the path that brought me here tonight. And to my treasured teachers, Michelle T. and Phil Anderson, who challenged me, believed in me, and without whom I would not be standing here tonight. Thank you. Now, I want you to raise your hand if you're surprised to see me giving the speech tonight. Davis and Annie, put your hand down. Phil, Mr. Salter, Ms. Kaiser, Dad. Quite honestly, I'm surprised too. It's not easy being the third child when your two older siblings were also valedictorians. Recently, I attended a dinner where the featured speaker was Coach Mike Krzyzewski, or Coach K. He spoke about leadership and young people, and I want to share something he told our group. Coach K used buses as an analogy for the choices that are coming quickly for us as graduating seniors. For the past 18 years, we have all been riding buses. We have ridden the buses of our family, our churches, our neighborhoods, and the Eufaula City schools, literally and figuratively. But tomorrow we begin driving our own buses. Good thing for me, my 89 Bronco already drives like a bus, so I'm good to go. And along the way, we will want people to get on our bus. Some of those people will encourage us, support us, and make us better. Others may not. There will be people in our lives, sometimes even adults we love and trust. Teachers, friends we think of as family, who may not cheer for our success and may even hope for our failure. They may doubt us, discourage us, or fail to see our potential. Ignore the noise, and whatever you do not let those people on your bus. Joy and happiness can be fleeting, so find people who bring those into your life, and strive to bring those same qualities into theirs. Let those people on your bus. Personal growth is necessary. It's a mark of maturity. Let people on your bus who challenge you to grow, encourage you to improve, and push you to become your best self. There will be people who encourage you in your faith and in your walk with Christ. By all means, let them on your bus quickly. But life also works the other way around. Sometimes people will ask us to get on their bus. Be careful when someone asks you to get on their bus. You do not always know where it's headed or how long the trip may be, so proceed with wisdom and caution. And when you do get on someone else's bus, be the best passenger you can be. They invited you on for a reason. Try to leave the bus better than you found it. Now, driving a bus and riding one can be dangerous. I'm looking at you, Coach Duff, so be careful. Coach K also told us the four most powerful words in the English language are I believe in you. I believe in you. Such a simple phrase, yet so powerful. So tonight, standing before my classmates, I want to say to each of you, I believe in you. Our class has been described in many ways. I've heard words such as athletic, intelligent, handsome, and witty. But that's just how people have described me, not Corbin, Finn, or Blaine. And I'm sure they said great things about the rest of y'all. But truly, the accomplishments of this class are remarkable. We have artists, football stars, scholars, musicians, baseball players, entrepreneurs, future farmers, cheerleaders, gamers, and the list goes on and on. So tonight I urge my classmates to think carefully about the words, "I believe in you." Use them often, because believing in others matters. Pay close attention to the people who believe in you, and pour every ounce of energy into you, and pour into those relationships so that we can create a better, more tolerant, and more generous tomorrow. As we leave here tonight, we begin driving our own buses. Remember this: the way we treat people matters, because even when we cannot change the world, we can change someone's world. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Class of 2026, here you are, the day you have been waiting for, graduation day. Over the past 18 years, so many people have invested in you, your parents and families, your teachers, coaches, and administrators. All of these people have poured into you their hopes and dreams of who you will become. They taught you lessons, some that were easy and others that were hard, all with the desire that you would be prepared for what life holds after high school. I have had the great privilege of being your principal for 8 years, 4 years at Eufaula Primary School and 4 years here at Eufaula High School. It has been an honor to watch you grow up and be part of your journey. I am so proud of the young men and women that you have become, and I cannot wait to see all that you will accomplish. So, as you go out into the world, always remember who you are, where you came from, and the lessons you've been taught by those of us who love you. Never stop expecting excellence of yourself and those around you. Family, friends, and guests, let me remind you that to stay seated during the entire presentation of diplomas. Please do not move to the bottom of the bleachers to take pictures or leave before the ceremony is over. You could block the view of other graduates' families. Everyone is welcome on the field at the conclusion of the ceremony. We appreciate your cooperation in waiting until the graduates have tossed their caps to proceed to the field. Now it is my distinct honor to present the diplomas to the class of 2026.
Thomas Cooper Wingate. Darius Marquis McQueen. Brandon Douglas Baker. Aaliyah Khalees Brooks. Phineas Ford Coates. Jayla Amari Franklin. Adriana Belen Gutierrez Cruz. Nolan Ashley Hayes. Allie Grace Helms. Shamaya Cherie Jackson. Corbin Michael Knott. William Kenny Mann. Elizabeth Rebecca Motley. Ashley Denise Munoz Vela. Kiavani Rashay Paulette Palmer. Mary Parker Priest. Talia Erica Solario. Mallory McCullough White. Cody Blaine Williams. Mackenzie Elena Young. Magali Barrigan. Haley Marie Bentley. Ethan Cohen Contreras. Destiny Ann Franklin. Hayden Reese J. Lindsay Lee Kiernan. Michael Preston Spurlock. Dennis Clarence Walden. Sadia Jolia Wright. Magdalene Amayo Guzman. Kanisha Takira Anglin. Siriaco Argules Luna. Elijah Imani Bain. Javion Jaquez Badell. Jeremiah Mackay Bell. Jamiria Unique Billings. Jordan Ramon Blakely. Tyler Caden Blakely. Jacoby Jeremiah Bowen. Briar Arden Lynn Boyington. Ija Monet Boykin. Mason Cole Buchan. Micaiah Aaliyah Burden. Jalen Maurice Calloway. Kevin Cantu Martinez. Charles Lawrence Clapp. Zuri Kota Amaya. Logan Thomas Cottrell. Kingston Legend Cruz. David Leland Crompton. Montravius Krishan Collins. Nijavius Javante Curry. Samaje Lazavian Daughtry. Kevin Sherrod Davis. Cameron Brashay Davis. Cecilia Diaz Gomez. Zyquarius Nicholas Kendrell Dinkins. Megan Alexis Dunn. Jasmine Nicholas DeAndre McKinnon. Caleb Henley Medina. Charlie Gabriel Medina Calixtro. Eli Brandon Mercado Koo. Flint Ross Moeller. Braden Wilson Morgan. Lamar Charles Morris. Gotcha. Jakara Chantrice Morrison. Abriel Ray Natal. Syaja Janae Nelson. Hayden Michael O'Brien. Jeet Rakesh Patel. Dina Marie Peach. Lillian Candace Pittman. Joshua Lee Priest. Jayshawn Marcel Reese. Alexa Renteria Chacon. Shania Ciasia Richardson. Jesse Rojas Gonzalez. Liliana Rosales Gomez. Sofia Rosales Vasquez. Denarvian Deontay Ross. Callie Ann Reichert. Britton Amelia Sawyer. Reginald Dunstan Screws. Roland Duncan Screws. Jayana Lamaya Nicole Seats. Javion Jarike Artez Seats. Chandrika Quintana Seats. Trevin Javon Simmons. Atorian Dominique Slaughter. Alexavian Devon Smith. Alyssa Rose Smith. Jamiria Cheyenne Smith. Demarion Deontay Stevenson. Levante Jawan Streeter. Kirsten Lamaya Tennille. Darian Sedan Lee Thomas. Aya Malaysia Thomas. Jakiria Aaliyah Thomas. Jameer Zamarian Maurice Thomas. Serenity Gabrielle Thomas. Aubrey Jean Toole. Edie Brent Tramo. Chloe Elizabeth Turner. Taiwan Samaje Turner. Kayla Rebecca Tompoxley Vasquez. Marsha Caitlin Vargas Gomez. Adam Billy Velasquez Alvarez. Clarence Joseph Walker. Jada Alexis Walker. Willie Lee Walker. Quinasia Trinae Walton. Tyler David Watson. Kendall Ashton Wilburn. Jakari Montavis Williams. Quandarian Rayshawn Williams. Jalen Amorion Wright. Anthony Washington Young. The white chairs on the field are in memory of Zaire Kayon Hill and Davion Lil Jesse Green. Thank you.
Candidates, please stand. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of Eufaula High School and by the authority of the Alabama Department of Education and Eufaula City Schools, I hereby confirm you as graduates of Eufaula High School. Esteemed graduate carries with them. You may now move your tassel. At this time, we ask everyone to stand for the playing of the Eufaula High School alma mater. The words are printed in your program.
One of these sound things, bring it to me.
Hey! Oh my goodness!
Hey,
clean up.
Johnson's gonna be so mad.